guys, welcome to your Besthetician podcast. Today we're going to be doing something that we did last year, a 2024 recap of our numbers and our growth. These videos are really cool to look back at and just see your growth and how much you have excelled in your business. So if you haven't watched our last one, make sure you go check that out.
You have to scroll down a little bit to get to the 2023 one now, because we did post a decent amount. I'm sure you can actually search it up maybe. But yeah, so I wrote down some notes today, just like I did last year. So I'm going to go over kind of each one. We're going to talk about if there's anything to talk about with that number that we hit, and then maybe some goals with those numbers specifically. So I'll start off with Instagram, because that's one we put a lot of focus in and that we care about a lot. So this year we did 67,000 new followers on Instagram.
High five.
Which is awesome. We started the year just around 30,000 followers. One of our goals this year, which is kind of sad. I mean, now we're actually filming this the day it's going to drop. So it is New Year's Eve, December 31st today. And we wanted to hit 100,000 followers so bad. And for some reason, the end of the year, we were posting pretty consistently. I think we did kind of take a little dip. We slowed down a little bit. And for some reason, we didn't get the growth that we expected. We posted a lot. We gave it all we got. I feel good about what we did. I don't have any regrets. I don't think that we didn't take any extended periods of time off. We post on weekends. Victoria did a couple Sunday posts in there. So I feel
posted
good.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 times
in
a day
December.
for almost 2.5 weeks. So yeah, I feel good about what we did. Maybe just the slow season of holidays, less people on Instagram. I'd hope that our content is still getting better and it's still quality. I'd like to blame it on Instagram, but we're going to learn from it, and we'll go into next month and we'll try some new things.
I'd be curious if anybody's watching this, if you could comment below if you felt like Instagram was slow for you in December as well, or if you felt like it was busy for you.
Yeah, if you had more growth than normal. So yeah, it's a big number for us, but we consistently are reaching a ton of new people. And yeah, I'm really proud of what we've done on Instagram.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about starting a new business, which is something we didn't expect we would do in 2024. We started Optimize Aesthetics, which is our Patreon. It's also now this YouTube channel, because we're doing a lot of teaching on here. But we started our Patreon, which was something that we talked about probably since January of 2024, and didn't launch it until June or July.
Yeah, we had just had a baby, and there was so much going on, and we were making a lot of excuses, and not to say that it wasn't hard in the season that we were in when we first had a baby, but we just kept pushing it off, and we were like, there's so much potential to help other people in the aesthetics industry. And that's when we went for it. And I'm so glad that we did, because we have 700 members now, which is absolutely crazy. And that has been such a cool business. I mean, opening up another business, like after opening up Skin by You, has been insane.
Yeah. And I think that the amount of people that we've helped, the reaction, the community that we've built already, and it's just the beginning. Like I said, we started in July, August, September, October, November. So we're 5 months in. We're not even a half a year in yet.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and it's doing really well. And like I said, people's just the encouragement that we've got, that people have just loved it and have encouraged us to keep on going and giving all this knowledge and information that we have on this platform that's affordable. We have the stock footage on there, but yeah, it's been amazing. And the kind words that you've gotten from estheticians that are like, wow, I needed this, has been really fulfilling for me.
Yeah, it's been really, that's a good word. It's been really fulfilling, because we have had so many people ask us questions over the year of us opening our business of how we do it, and just be able to create a true community of helping people at the end of the day has been really rewarding, because there is truly nothing out there in the industry like what we have. And I'm sure that there is in other aspects, of course, but nobody has a Patreon community. And I think it's been really awesome to see the people that we've been able to help, and just the feedback has been incredible. So,
and the Patreon helps us keep on making these YouTube videos and, keep on pouring into this. So if you're not already on Patreon, the link will be down below. Check out the community. There's so many videos about Instagram growth. We have protocol videos. We have camera settings, marketing strategies, SEO, website, literally everything you can think of. And we're dropping so much more. We want to really go into next year with a bang, want to create more content for the Patreon channels, a goal when we're looking at what we've built over there. And then also some behind the scenes stuff that I can't talk about yet, but because I don't want to talk about it, because I want to build it perfectly before I speak about it. But yeah, from there, we could talk about brand deals. This year we did, it seems like less brand deals, but they were for higher amounts. So I counted, I think we did just about 6 brand deals. So it's one every other month, which is pretty solid. I could be missing a few in there, but just about 6. And I think we did around $30,000 in brand deals through our Instagram alone, which is just insane to think about, that we've been able to build something on Instagram, and you work with brands that you love and you care about, and they're not L'Oreal. No, nothing against L'Oreal. Maybe they'll pay us one day, or maybe we'll say no to it. But they've all been deals that you've been pretty happy, or really happy with, and products that you're now using, or if you weren't already using at home, which is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of opportunities that social media can bring you is crazy. And I think that I'm really proud that they've all been brands that I've truly resonated with. But if you are I think that's another point too, is if you're looking to grow your Instagram, don't just think about it. I mean, of course we want to get clients in the door, but this happened so organically for us, and it opened up new opportunities. So don't be afraid of social media, because more opportunities can come from just posting on Instagram.
And I think that I was watching a guy I trust a lot. His name's Neil Patel. He built this amazing search engine optimization tool, and he studies trends. And he thinks one of the biggest trends going into next year is going to be micro creators. So accounts between 10 and 100,000 followers, because what they're noticing, and does a lot of deals. He's a big marketing agency, and they've noticed that they get a lot better results from smaller creators. So if you're a smaller creator and you are posting consistently and starting to build a small following, just know brand deals can still come your way. You could still make good money. You could still make great connections. So don't think that you have to get all the way up to 50, 60, 70,000 followers to get those deals. I think brands are going to start realizing that the small creators hold much more of an impact than bigger creators that have 2 million followers do. So yeah, just a little insight for you there that I haven't even talked to you about that yet. I actually just watched the video yesterday. So going from there, we're going to go back into the treatment room now. And this year, Victoria, you treated 138 clients. I don't have any frame of reference for that, if it's really good or really bad.
I mean, considering our first year, that's really good.
Yeah. So, and like I said, we don't know, not all estheticians share how many clients that they're treating in a year.
Yeah. So when we started the business, we had a certain point where we had the baby and we just were kind of staying stagnant. But I would say for me only working 2 to 3 days a week, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I think we have an amazing clientele now, so we don't have a lot of one-offs anymore. So the number could also be lower, because I don't think
I changed my booking system.
And we didn't run any specials this year at all. So yeah, no specials. So there was no cheap clients that came in. Nope. So yeah, I'm happy with this number. I just don't have a frame of reference if it's a lot or really a little for an esthetician our size. It's really hard to kind of have a
reference, because again, we switched from Booker to Boulevard, and I can't access that booking system anymore. So we'll go off this number for next year, and I'm excited to see what we do.
So then with those 138 clients, Victoria did $135,000 in total sales with Skin by You, which is an amazing number for us. Last year, you can go back and watch the video. I'm not going to make you go watch it, but we did 99,000 right at the end of the year last year. So we had about a 35% increase in Skin by You, which is amazing. You work less days. There's no special. You're a lot happier with your clients. So yeah, I'm really happy with that number. I did think it was going to be bigger this year. I did think it was going to be more, but with us diving into the YouTube channel and the Patreon, and us not, at the beginning of the year, we didn't have you at 2 or 3 days a week. No. We were still the idea was to have you full time. I gotta go. I don't even remember every year kind of blends in now, but I wish I could remember what our thoughts and feelings were when it came to Skin by You at the beginning of 2024. I think we wanted you to go full time still, didn't we? Or we started transition away?
I don't really remember, to be honest. But
was it 2023 we changed that, or into 2024?
Yeah. So for me, I remember, this year has been a lot. It has been a lot with 2 kids and running a business, finding a babysitter, and then our babysitter leaving. And it's just been a lot of chaos, to say the least, in the most beautiful way. So for me, I just truly this number is amazing to me, because I know it was maybe even just halfway through the year that I was we're consolidating my days and I want to spend more time. And I think it was actually around the time where I where we started the Patreon. So it had to be like 5 months ago because we were like, we can't be doing both. Like we can't pour into both equally if I'm in the treatment room 5 days a week.
That way actually forced your days to shrink down, because you weren't doing full days before either. You had a lot of half days, but you were open more days. You might be right that it might have been around mid-year.
So you were like, I can't do this anymore.
As a whole, I don't want to sound like ungrateful. I mean, it's a crap ton of money. It's more than I ever thought we could ever make as a solo business. So I'm so grateful.
This is year 2 of our business, so I'm super proud. I mean, I don't know what anybody else says, but for us, it's amazing in the stage of life that we're in.
We can live off of it. We don't, you know, we don't buy yachts and have fancy Lamborghinis, but we're really happy with where we're at financially. God's blessed us a lot, to say the least.
And for us, family time is really important in us to balance that. So we also have another business. So again, we always want to be authentic and pour into our businesses, you know, the best that we can. So that's what we ended our year at.
Yep. So then we're going to go into Google a little bit. This is a fun number for me. If you're not tracking your Google Search Console impressions, you should. You can connect that with the Google My Business if you don't already for your business. So this is just off Google search impressions. This isn't, last year I did total website visits, but we actually switched our website host and rebuilt our website. So I don't have all the numbers this year, but just off people searching things on Google, we had 36,000 impressions. And I was looking through, I wish I don't bring the laptop in here, but it was things like Skin by You, of course, was number 1. It's the highest search. Skin by You in one word, Skin by You and spread out. And then it was things like dermaplaning. We had hydrofacial near me on there, facials near me, facials Queen Creek, acne facials were on there. So those are all things that are huge and we really focused on this year. So I'm really, really happy with that. I think that'll probably double next year as we rank higher and higher on Google.
I have a goal to get 100 Google reviews. I was on a roll for a while, and then I think everybody kind of, you know, gets off track a little bit, but that's one of my goals is to
and what are we
get
at?
more Google.
I should have looked at that one. 86. I should have looked at. I don't think we have any screenshots of how many Google reviews we had at the beginning of the year. I don't know if that's on there, but I'm sure you probably did maybe 50 Google reviews this year.
I think it was probably 50 because I like made that a priority, and there was a point in my business where I was like, I need to get more Google reviews, and I even incentivized my clients by adding a credit in their account, of course. But every Google review, I think it's, you know, I also had them mention the service that they received if they could, so that when people go to search the services, that I'm the one that pops up.
So that helps a lot. Yeah, definitely a big deal. So if you're not doing that already, make sure you're getting Google reviews, and that helps a lot with your impressions off Google search too. So next, we're gonna talk about YouTube in this podcast, because that was one of our goals this year. We wanted to drop a video every single week. I don't know if I said a podcast or a video at the beginning of the year. Pretty quickly we realized we just want to drop a video on YouTube once a week, and I think we just about did that. We might have missed a week here or there and doubled up on the following week. But this year, we're ending this year with 972 YouTube subscribers. And the crazy part is we gained 804 this year, which is crazy when you put your mind to something and you focus on it. There is growth. And this is, it's not as fun looking at the 67,000 new Instagram followers. YouTube subscribers are a lot harder to get. We're not making trendy viral videos. We're doing podcasts. We're talking. We did a lot of interviews this year, but I'm really, really proud that we had 800 new subscribers in the year.
That's
I
huge.
didn't even set that as a goal because I didn't think we could get that many. I mean, it took a long time to get the first 100. So I didn't expect us to do 800 this year.
I think it's really cool to have like a perspective and be grateful for any amount of followers or clients that you get. Cause like we could easily like compare our Instagram versus YouTube and just be like, wow, 800 is not a lot. But to me, when I heard that number, that was a lot to me. And that like just means so much for our business. And I don't even really promote this podcast as much as I should. I really focus my Instagram on, you know, my business and, you know, my Patreon members, subscribers, things like that. But I mean, the amount of organic growth that this podcast has gotten has been really incredible. And we will be actually, are we going to roll it out on Spotify?
Yeah, and we'll hopefully be rolling on Spotify too, which those numbers will be a little bit separate. And Spotify is creating a cool creator platform for video podcasts as well. So we'll see how that does. I still want the heavy focus to be on YouTube. We want to drive traffic to YouTube, but make sure we have the option if people want to listen on Spotify. With that, we did 35 new podcast episodes, you and I did, which is awesome. And then we did did 2 new podcast, 10 new podcast guest episodes, which was also a goal of ours, to go out and interview and connect with some other beauty industry, amazing estheticians and injectors and things like that. So I wanted to do more this year, but I'm really happy with the 10 that we did. And I'd like to double that next year.
Yeah.
We met so many amazing providers this year, and we learned so much, I think, from being able to sit down with other estheticians, and it gave us more perspective for the business, which I think was really cool. And I think
they kept our inspiration going, and just like hearing what other people are doing in the industry and how we can build our business around that.
Yeah, and see how other people grew. I think it's really easy to go like either compare yourselves to people and go, we have to do what they do, and then also look at yourself and go, oh, my way's the best way because it worked for me. And being able to talk to all these amazing estheticians, we realized like there's 1,000 different ways to grow and build. What I just thinking about right now is our last one you did with Jacqueline. If you haven't seen that podcast, it's absolutely amazing. She's an amazing esthetician, but she went to school and she filled her books up just with like friends and referrals before she opened up her doors. She was pretty much had a full clientele. Crazy. And we teach about how to do it on Instagram and how we moved to a new city and did it all by herself. And looking at her, and she's so grateful and she's so happy what she built, but she created such a good experience that she didn't have to market outside of her friends and family and referrals. And she does really well already, and she's growing and is going to continue to grow more. But that's so cool to hear, because we're like, oh, the only way to do it is organic Instagram if you want to do it for free. Definitely. And watching what she built with kind of a community already was like really cool and really inspiring for me.
It's really cool to hear other people's stories, for sure. I mean, when we talk about how we built our business from scratch, we're like, wow, there's actually other people that like didn't struggle, not that they didn't struggle, but like everybody has their own struggle, and that's what makes every story unique. Because even if you are set up for success, you're gonna, no matter what, face some trials along the way and figure out what's best ways to bring in new clients in the door. Or maybe you have a slow season when you are, usually busy. It's like we all go through different trials, and that's why we set goals for the new year. And it's really fun to make these videos and look back on and have perspective on our business and others in the community. So
a goal, definitely a big goal for ours is to interview a lot more estheticians next year. We have some kind of exciting travel plans already early in the year, and I can't wait for you to hear how these different people have built their business and what works and doesn't work for them. We'd like to connect with some bigger estheticians in the space as well to hear their stories, to just, it just humanizes people in this space. And our whole goal from the beginning was to just create community, and the Patreon is doing that already, and I think the YouTube is going to do that to hopefully a bigger scale. So hopefully next year we could drop a ton more new podcasts with big estheticians, with small estheticians, maybe get some girls who are just starting, like maybe getting out of school, right? There's so many fun things that I can't wait to connect and just learn from all the different niches and unique people that are in this space.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited for 2025, guys. If you're watching this, just thank you so much for supporting our podcast. If you're a Patreon member, if you just support me and follow me, I just appreciate you guys so much, and we couldn't do this without you. So we're excited for next year's recap. If you, again, haven't looked at the last one, go check that out. But thank you so much for your support and tuning in as always, and we'll see you in the next video.
Like, comment, and subscribe as well. Don't forget that. Most important.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.